Hail and Moshe's Kingdom! If your currency setup does not look like this, let's fix it, because I got strategies that anyone can use and get really nice results. Before getting into farming, make sure your character is ready. It's really cheap and easy to make some good crafts early on, or even buy gear. I got good tutorials for you in a pinned comment, but today we're trying to get loads of currency. And to make better currency, first of all, again you need to focus on your basic tasks in the end game. You want to clear corrupted nexuses, get your points for Atlas, and also clear at least a little bit of content. If you already cleared all breaches up to tier 3, all rituals and all delirium, then strategies that I will show you will give you even more currency. But let's pretend we are just starting out, or we just approached endgame, we are ready to start farming. And that's what's so cool about the strategy. Again, it can be used by anyone. You don't need uber OP build to start running it. I call the strategy triple threat. We're going with delirium, ritual and breach at the same time. And to have all activities in your map, you need precursor tablets. You can easily buy them, and after you defeat Arbiter, you will be able to upgrade them up to 4 modifiers. Basically, I'm just slamming Orb of Alchemy on top of them and they are ready. Technically, it does not matter what you got on your tablets, but there is some mods that will be better. For this strategy, what you're looking for is stack size of Simulacrum Splinters, stack size for Breach Splinters, and something that will give you more points in Ritual, like revived monsters from Ritual will have increased chance to be rare. But again, coolest part, technically it does not matter too much. What matters is our setup for points in Atlas. So for Ritual it will be tempting offers, to have ability to reroll rituals for second time. Promised devotion on the left side, to make deafers cost less. And don't worry if you got no idea what is deafer, I will explain everything in a second. And petition splitters over here to have all rituals, at least 4 rituals. We need to make sure we get 4 rituals every map. Then for delirium it's just this branch. We want to increase number of fracturing mirrors, and that's mirrors which will spawn delirium monsters. We want to just have more monsters on the map. And we follow this road to get increased stack size from these monsters. If you got extra points, you can drop them into higher chance to spawn unique bosses, or if you're really fast, you can get Isn't It Tempting for better loot from bosses. But it doesn't matter too much, we're getting delirium just to increase difficulty of map a little bit and get better loot overall. Now for breach there's 2 strategies. One is super simple and super basic. You're getting interdimensional assault to increase monster density and make breaches open and close faster. While opening and closing faster is not a good stuff, because you will lose some monsters maybe if you're not too fast, and therefore you will lose breach splinters. Overall it's really good strategy if we combine it with this branch, which will give us quantity of breach splinters dropped by monsters, but you will take a little bit more damage, and breaches will have increased monster density. Basically we're making super fast breaches, we're not wasting a lot of time, and that's basically pretty nice starting strategy for us. But there's second option that I will go for right now. It's Frantic Invasion to increase quantity of breach splinters. Again, we need these breach splinters, but also we're going for Crumbling Walls to have chance for additional breaches. So we can clear like 2 breaches in the one same map, and that's also really cool. But also I'm getting Zesht Madness. So it will increase effectiveness of rare breach monsters, and effectiveness is new stat. It provides life experience and quantity of items dropped, so it makes breaches significantly harder, and if you can't handle this strategy, just go for interdimensional assault and rising pyre. But this Zesht Madness gives us 10% chance to have full stack of catalysts. And that's technically everything we're looking for in maps. Now for maps, of course, we're running fully upgraded tier 15 maps. And that's the Atlas we are running. So you don't need any points in bosses. Technically you can have like 0 points invested over here to make everything a little bit more faster and maybe even fun. But actually it's nice if you have this ability to make non-irradiated areas with powerful map bosses have +1 level. The higher level of area, the better loot will be. Now, where we want to farm. Technically it doesn't matter, you can go wherever you like, but if you see some map bosses on cleansed areas, that's the most juicy part. Make sure you're not playing increased gold area. It's not super cool, but it's also playable, it doesn't matter too much. Still, most important part is just having additional cleansed monsters, additional level, or just map boss on the map. It will be like okay for us. I have this timer, so you will see how much it takes for me to beat every map, and we will see how much we can gain in 1 hour of running this strategy. So 1 hour combined, or maybe like 10 maps, we will see. So for Atlas, what we are looking for? First of all, we're looking for better precursor tablet effects. Unlike Waystones, they mostly give us positive experience. That's why it's nice for beginners. And again, for any level it will work, for any character power mostly. These rock exiles, by the way, not needed. I farmed a little bit of abyss. So basically we're taking only precursor tablet bonuses over here. Then on the right side we're getting quantity of waystones and bonus for waystones. This note alone on fully upgraded waystone will give you 12% bonus for each explicit modifier, which is pretty great. And then we're following our route to have better chances to see essences. And we finish with essences of attack, chaos, critical, physical, and speed. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for specifically these essences. Now here, just a little trip to get more magic monsters. And here we're going through twin treats, which will duplicate one rare monster in our map. And we're following into shrine category, taking everything up to phase in luck, so we have chance for additional effects of our shrines, and also shrines, we're looking for seeking shrines that will increase our rarity by quite a lot. This in combination with additional shrine and additional essence over here will give us lots of shrines and essences in every boss map basically. So let's drop our tablets, load our map, and let's see how it goes. Basically, we will start a map, you will instantly see Delirium. All you need to do is to touch this Delirium mirror and then just go, and start destroying monsters left and right. So that's the goal. And if you see breach, again, do basically the same stuff. Now for breaches, you'll see that breach goes in a circle and right from the middle it goes outside. Best strategy to clear breach is to just go into one direction and follow it a little bit. And when you're choosing direction and going clockwise or counterclockwise, and when circle starts to shrink, basically going inside. It's really bad if you're trying to finish breach like this, but basically you're going like over here, then over here, then over here. But it's also an option, so if you see that there is no breach monsters, maybe it's like a bad idea to continue forward, there is no other monsters, you basically need to turn away as fast as possible and start clearing second part and then going into clockwise or counterclockwise direction. For Delirium, by the way, there's not a lot of tips, but basically you will see these little particles, you see this little snow, and this snow will have some direction, so fog goes into some directions. And you see right now it goes upwards in the top left, so basically you will keep Delirium going if you're going with Delirium more. So right now if I'm going top left, I will be in Delirium fog more, and therefore I will get more rewards. So it's 2 minutes 30 seconds, we will remember it and we will subtract this number after we finish the map. I decided to go up with this bridge and basically I see opening to go counterclockwise. Opening every collapsed hand, and there was Delirium mirror, which is pretty small but visible. Here's the essence, but first of all let's finish bridge. And main idea of the strategy is to run and gun and do content as fast as possible. Of course, it's pretty like basic idea. Find mirrors, destroy monsters. Find breaches, destroy breaches. If you see strongbox, if it's ornate or maybe it's researcher strongbox, then you can open it, but other strongboxes we just ignore. Here's a ritual. So ritual and essence. For ritual you will see this circle. And there is monsters that attached to the circle right from the start of your map. For example, this snake will probably be attached. What you want to do, you want to quickly clear area this large, maybe like a little bit like larger around the circle. You don't need to wait until monsters go into circle, but you want to clear every monster around. Because these monsters will respawn in ritual and they will give you points for ritual. These points will be used to buy some stuff. About essences. You can learn it by just checking the market in game, or you can go into POE Ninja and check POE2 economy. So what we're looking for essences that will cost like 4 exalts or maybe a little bit more. For example, Essence of Mind that we're seeing right now on the screen. Does it cost anything? Yeah. It costs like 2 exalted orbs. Every essence that costs like 2 exalted orbs, I like to val, because when you val your essence, there's a chance to get Essence of Hysteria, Insanity, which is not good, but Horror is great, 24. Basically, we're hunting for Hysteria. It's a high chance to get this stuff on high level maps, so even if you're not getting this very juicy essences, when you val, you get better chance to get random different essence, and it can be like Essence of Haste, for example, which is 50 exalted orbs right now. So, destroying snakes and all monsters nearby. I hear Fracturing Orb. That's another thing that is only available on cleansed maps. So we corrupt it into Essence of Mind. Technically nothing happens. And now let's clear a ritual. So in the ritual, basically you just attack, and that's it. This ritual, by the way, is pretty hard because I got a bunch of projectiles in my arsenal. And there's guys with shield who can reject these projectiles back at me. Pretty annoying guys. So after finishing a ritual, you want to access it and defer items, which is Petition Splinters. So we're looking for Petition Splinters and we're looking for some omens. Again, there's POE Ninja for economy, there's price checkers, so this, for example, costs like 2 exalted orbs. Let's just defer it wherever. And what deferring means, it's actually pretty simple concept. For example, we're getting points, which is tribute points. This talisman right now costs 208 tribute, so I will defer it instead of buying. And with our 3, deferral fee will be 0 in like most cases. Total deferral cost is 16. So basically we're paying 16 tribute right now to have 21 tribute discount later, and it will appear in next rituals and next rerolls. And yes, in next rerolls, because you can use your tribute to reroll this ritual. If you're really min-maxing leak mechanic, this Adzira temple is just miss. It takes a lot of time, so I'd not recommend running it, especially right now. There will be like patch tomorrow or very soon, and that patch will increase reward, so that's probably when it become more viable. So we see 2 essences, it's greater essences, and we try to val. Let's see how it goes. Clearing monsters around ritual, and let's get back. And by the way, if you're trying to really min-max rituals, there's a cool way you can actually run around and not start rituals until you will find one circle with most amount of monsters. Since the more monsters is in the ritual instantly, the more points you will get, and next rituals actually resurrect monsters from previous rituals. You can also check equipment, but in 99% of cases you won't find anything useful, so I recommend to watch for something that you know that can be traded pretty easily, pretty fast without any like preparations. Like quickly check both talismans, and if there's percentage physical damage increasement, yeah, that's something that can be sold. So I'm leaving POC, Delirium Ends, and we're getting Simulacrum Splinters. Also, there's a chance to get Distilled Emotions from these guys when we're running around. And of course, there is chance for extra content, like Expedition. By the way, Expedition is also nice, and you can technically exchange Expedition for any other content that I'm playing right now, but I recommend keeping Breach and Ritual, and I will explain why when we will compare results. But if you're curious for Expedition, I like to go for this node first, Extreme Archaeology, and it gives us ability to basically have one big bomb instead of multiple bombs. So it just speeds up time. You just place one bomb, and then it is basically you try to defeat monsters quickly, try to survive if they like difficult. Sometimes they are, not today though. After reaching ritual number 3, you want to reroll once, and then again defer basically every Petition Splinter and every omen that you will like. For example, Omen of Refreshment is not very good, and definitely skip Orbs of Alchemy. They cost absurdly loads of tribute while they're extremely cheap, so 2k tribute is not worth your time. And when you deferred all splinters, refresh one more time, it's the last time, and again we basically deferring, so that's what we're doing here. Now we deferred basically everything, and we're approaching the boss to finish map basically. Probably there will be a ritual on our way, probably it will be behind. So we played 3 rituals, but we found our first shrine, and that's really important because shrines help us defeat bosses a lot faster. like this, basically 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, that's why you want to make bosses easier if you're not really powerful. From bosses, quickly taking loot. And I want to finish ritual because there's a checkpoint nearby. If there's no nearby checkpoint, instead of backtracking, we basically leave it be and go for the next map. So again, main idea is to have speed in this stuff. And here we are. I bought my first stack of petition splinters. I will defer exalted orb, and well, we are back in hideout. Now, to actually farm loads of currency, you want efficient setup in mostly everything. That's why my setup looks like this. I basically go to Doriani, quickly identify items, then jump to Zolin and quickly disenchant all uniques that I don't need, that is like copies, while at the same time quickly checking items. Uniques disenchanted to get more orbs of chances, salvaging any socketables and quality items, selling everything else to Doriani, and then dropping everything to stash. Quickly jumping back and starting our next map. Just like that. Again, strategy is super simple, and now I will just run quickly maps and see where we'll land. Main idea again is to combine all activities in one and basically play it as fast as possible. So even though I'm not clearing ritual fully around, I'm trying to do it like just as fast as possible. We are here not to efficiently milk one single mechanic, we're here to efficiently milk whole map and quickly like destroy it and then go to the next one. So that's our main idea. Sadly, Delirium Fog ended really quickly in this map. This map is pretty awful actually. And if you hate map, you can just skip it and go to the next one again. You don't need to suffer and try to beat every piece of content you will have next one. But here's Researcher Strongbox. I like to drop Orb of Alchemy, and you can get actually 5 exalted. You can get 5 Orbs of Alchemy for 1 exalted orb. So Researcher Strongbox, when you upgrade it to rare, drops a lot of currency, and as you can see, there's a little bit. So again, main idea in ritual is to just remember what can cost at least a little bit, and then just defer it really quickly and move into next monsters. We're looking for breach already. We want to clear breach, and then we can basically finish if there's no more breaches. Now, you saw my atlas is spec'd into shrines, and that's for a reason. Shrines give you a lot of power, so even if your character is underpowered, it's already okay. If your character is really powerful, well, you will be even more fast. And with my setup, you actually get ability to get double effect of shrines, and that's what I got right now. So right now we are fast and furious, but actually we get effect of Shrine of Fire and also effect of Speed Shrine, so that's why we are so fast. You don't need to wait until breach fully closes. Again, skip a little bit of content, just make sure you're rushing for the boss now. Technically there's one ritual left. I better will just try to speedrun my way to the boss, and this way I can arrive to the boss while affected by the shrines. With these effects it's a lot easier to just melt him. Still need to wait a few shots, I guess. This is enough. Okay, he's out. Also, there is one thing that really helps. Instead of reading through the items, if there's any good mods on items, I got actually cool loot filters that will hide everything identified and show everything that is okay or good with good mods after identifications. If you're interested, make sure to drop me a comment and I will make good video for you explaining how to set up this stuff. It's pretty easy. You can do it with just a few clicks. And it's again part of efficiency. And this actually speeds up our farm by quite a bit. So ritual, here we are, rolling and deferring. When we will buy. So basically, if you got loads of points, you rerolled, and on last reroll, you can either defer as always, or you can buy like few items. I will defer it for now, and I will start buying closer to one of last maps that we will have. But again, deferring is pretty cheap, that's why you need to buy items occasionally. So right now I will just buy this item, I can't buy anything else, so we basically finished. Map 2 finished in 5 minutes, and that's again with a little bit of explanation. So if you just run and destroy everyone, and if your build is reasonably fast, right now my build is not like fastest I would say, but it's pretty good. You can beat maps in around 4 minutes by doing this strategy. So basically you can clear all the content that is on the map in most cases. Depending on the map also, some maps are faster, some are slower. And that's a map with 2 breaches, again, pretty cool one. On maps like this, how I like to approach this part, basically, when it's just straight line and not circle map. We go left a little bit, as I showed in bad example with bridge, like what to do in worst case scenario. And then we're going to another part, defeating monsters until you will realize, okay, density is quite low over here, and then you sprint backwards, so maybe you will catch a little bit of monsters on another side again. And as I told you, yeah, we did it. Always getting back to unlock researcher strongbox. It's nice and smart idea. Again, our build kinda gives us ability for loads of extra strong boxes at the same time. Double breach is insanely juicy stuff. Oh, I forgot to drop Orb of Alchemy, but that's fine. We will clear it faster, since there will be less monsters, I guess. Still, rewards are great. Quickly checking equipment, if there's anything good, picking up only good stuff, and going forward. One more bridge, what a lucky map actually. Again, moving left, just like 5 seconds, then getting back and running forward for like 10 seconds until there will be reduced monster density. And that's one of the advancements by playing Wolf. We can jump over edges and skip a little bit of map. Actually wins us a little bit of currency. Oh, I'm slowed. Okay, I guess that's enough. Let's start ritual. And we are still under effects of delirium. So here's the thing, when you're playing these bridges under delirium and other activities, delirium actually improves quality of drops and it makes things harder. So make sure you can run delirium. I want to get this omen just for me, and then we just defer everything else. By the way, if you think that things are getting a little bit harder than you thought, you can actually end delirium by hand. Yeah, it's pretty easily. So greater essence of ice. Let's see what we will get. Exactly this. And while you can reroll on second ritual, you don't want to do it because there's still hidden items. So hidden items will be unhidden after you defeat ritual number 3. Let's do it. And by the way, ritual is actually pretty slow activity, so if you can't handle it nicely, just skip rituals and play expeditions instead. Okay, this is third ritual. Let's continue our journey of deferring stuff. It's actually a lot better on mouse and keyboard right now, but whatever. Ruined monoliths, this activity can be skipped. You're probably curious, what will happen if you won't defer item? Actually, if there is yellow border around item, nothing will happen. If there's a red border, then your item will actually disappear. However, in some cases, items after your missing deferring process will start cost more. It definitely happens, but it's not very stable in my experience. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it's not. And you finally want to buy item no matter what when you try to defer item, but it not gives you permission because item is too cheap to defer again. Basically, we will need to buy it anyway. Okay, we just transformed greater essence of battle into perfect essence of haste. That's why you want to vial this stuff all the time if possible. And we got green guys over here, also nice mechanic. Try not to start breach and ritual at the same time. Most important guys in breach for us is these rare monsters, because they're the guys who drop catalyst splinters. Oh, these guys are frozen. Goodbye. Actually, this time I want to start buying finally. And last map. Pow. I just read 10 maps, with one unlucky attempt where we got basically nothing. Total time was 60 minutes. Okay, we won't consider our ground drops, that is over here, and everything kinda useless. Still, if you're getting some support gems, for example, and you probably don't need them, you can easily swap 5 support gems for 6 exalted orbs. And let's start counting our profits from here. First of all, breach tablets. I was unlucky, got no simulacrum and no ritual tablets, but tablets can cost a little bit, so don't discount them. And best approach is to first of all drop orbs of augmentation and transmutation and check prices. For example, the one with 20% experience and 10% monster density is 1 divine orb, and the one with double additional breach with rarity right now is around 150 exalted orbs. So technically over here we get something around 2 divines, since we will price it a little bit lower than market, but it will take a little bit of time to sell. And everything that takes a little bit of time to sell is actually not really approachable for beginners. That's why I like this strategy. If you're a beginner, you will easily copy this, and again, this is gains just from 1 hour without fully upgraded Atlas. And that's important because with fully upgraded Atlas, we can get a lot more. So we get 227 splinters. Let's try to price them on basic market price. It's 119 exalted orbs. We will get a little bit of splinters back. And same goes basically for every currency. That was an idea of the strategy. Basically, you combine loads of mechanics together and then you sell currencies that you get from these mechanics. Coolest part, it's pretty fast and it's instant profits. From Breach, we're trying to get these catalysts, and there's a chance, 10% chance, that we will get stack of 10. Again, it's better to completely finish Breach 3, beat Zest tier 3, and then doing the same strategy. You will get a lot better results. So I got this one Sibilant catalyst and it goes 1 for 3 exalted orbs. Imagine, we get 10% chance to actually drop stack. Full stack is 10 of them. And some of them are 5 exalted orbs right now. What to keep in mind that this strategy won't last forever, because right now League in a position where everyone is trying to upgrade equipment and everyone changing rings and stuff, and that's why people need catalysts. So basically catalysts is the thing that you will use to upgrade your rings. But we are just chilling and exchanging all this stuff for currency. Again, some catalysts is 65 exalted orbs per stack. It's just crazy. Now, adding essences to your Atlas is also a big deal. Yeah, we used like 7 Val orbs in a full run, but we got 1 perfect essence of haste that will go for like 60 exalted orbs pretty quickly. Some of these essences are pretty cheap, but again, it's like few exalted. Okie dokie. Simulacrum over here is not very profitable. That's why again, you can easily switch it, for example, for expeditions. Expeditions are a lot more profitable. I just want to collect a little bit of ires to upgrade some of my amulets. And another big winner for us is this omens. So yeah, omens that will save us from losing experience. Not us, but someone who will buy them for 18 exalted orbs. These omens that someone will use to corrupt items. Again, pretty easy to get, and you will get around 50 exalted for 2 of them right now. Omens that will upgrade your maps. All of this pretty easy, pretty common to get. And if you start running the strategy on higher end, you actually got chance to find omens that will cost multiple divine orbs. However, it's strategy that require dedication and some character power. And last but not least, fracturing orb. Yeah, we got one, they are pretty common drops if you're playing this cleansed areas, and that's why it's important to play on them, especially when you're running strategies where you need currency and you want to sell currency fast. One orb right now is 65 exalted orbs, and they're pretty useful in crafting. I use them all the time. And here we go. So what we got in 1 hour without any drops from the ground. It's 560 exalted orbs, which is equivalent of 3 divine orbs right now. I guess it's actually 3 divine orbs, and we will get 100 more exalted orbs on top. Yeah, 1 hour, a really easy strategy. You get around 4 divines per hour without any luck included. With some lucky drops, you can get like 5-6 divine per hour by just following the strategy. And still we got extra drops, so if you're not blind and you will get tablets, you will sell them. It's around 10 divines per hour, and there's a lot more that you can use. Again, we're not relying on luck with this strategy, we're relying on League state and how to get most out of your time and upgrade your equipment really fast. I hope you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe, and if you enjoy these little farming guides, make sure to leave a comment so I will make more of them. See you in the next ones.